Let's make a savory vegetable galette. Hey friends, I'm Victoria. Welcome to my kitchen where I teach you how to cook from scratch. We're gonna be cooking some amazing meals so you won't have to go out and spend a fortune on a night out where you maybe have some mediocre food. Instead, we're gonna be cooking at home and this is gonna be delicious. So today I'm gonna be showing you how to make a savory vegetable galette. Now, if you've never heard of a galette is a pie that's not in a pie tin. It's a pie that is flat on a cookie sheet generally. And how this gets assembled is you take a pie crust and you roll it out and you put on the center of your pie crust, you put in the middle all your filling. So a lot of times I'll do a sweet galette and I'll do apples and cinnamon or strawberries or whatever fruit that I have in the freezer that sounds really good for a dessert. And then you just simply fold up the sides with help of some parchment paper, fold up the sides and throw it in the oven. And it's like a pie, but it's kind of different because it's not in the pie tin. So I've been thinking about what if I make a savory galette instead of a sweet one. Now, I recognize as someone who's the primary person who cooks in my house, that not everyone else in my house, aka my child, is not going to eat this vegetable galette. So I decided that I may be the only person eating this, but is going to be well worth it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to look for all of the vegetables you have in your fridge that may be looking a little sad, may have been in there for a while. Maybe it's not bad, but I don't know, that's been in there for a week and whatever the situation is. We're gonna chop up all those vegetables. We're gonna grill those for a little bit. And then we are going to put them in this delicious pie crust, making a wonderful galette. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Victoria and I'm passionate about teaching you how to cook from scratch. Look, we've had a crazy past couple years. A lot of us spent a lot of time in our kitchens during 2020, learned how to bake, all that sort of thing. But now that we have this crazy high inflation, it's really worth our while to leverage those cooking skills and make delicious meals, cocktails, the whole deal from home. We can do this and create something lovely that our friends would love to come over and join us for dinner, or maybe we just have a quiet night in and not have to spend a fortune on eating out. So if this sounds like something you're into, make sure you subscribe and share this with a friend because we have some fantastic things that we're going to be making in the future. I am not a vegetarian. As a matter of fact, I am a carnivore and most of the time I feel best when I eat meat and veg. So I try to make sure I get my vegetables in, and I have been trying harder because I don't know, sometimes it seems less fun. And I thought this might be a fun way to add more vegetables to my diet. This is something like you would get, I think, in a bistro type of experience, but it's really not difficult to make. So, vegetable galette, that's what we're making today. If you are a carnivore like me as well, keep in mind, you can always add meat to this if you want. I was thinking about adding some diced pancetta, which I had in my fridge. What I ended up going with is I took a couple slices of ham, diced them up, and put them on the top right before I folded the galette. And then I sprinkled it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, which got a little bit crusty. So delicious. So make it your own and take all that sad stuff that's in your fridge that maybe you may not be eating this week because it looks a little, it looks a little sad, but chop all that up and you can use it in a vegetable galette like this. I have my ice water here. We're going to use that in a second. I chunked up some butter, and uh-oh, I had it in the freezer, so it's all, that's okay, not to worry. So you can use this in a food processor. Next time I probably will, because my husband just bought me a new food processor. Very sweet, don't you think? But for now, I'm just gonna use my pastry cutter. And if you have one of these, oh my gosh, the butter froze so hard. You know, you just smush it, and we're just smushing the butter into small pieces. We don't want it completely absorbed. We want it in small chunks, because that way, when the little chunks of butter is how the crust gets flaky. So I'm just going to continue doing this. Once these little chunks have gotten down to a good small amount, probably a pea shape, as my mother used to say, then we're gonna add the ice water. And that's basically all there is to it. We're gonna add the ice water, make sure it mixes together, and then we are going to let it chill. And that's it. I would think about what vegetables, meat, and dairy you like. Zucchini. Again, this is on really low, but add a zucchini. Asparagus will be next. If you like red onion, add whatever you like. We're just going to hold up the sides. And you can add more ham. I may add another slice. Something that sounds really good with this is goat cheese. Yum. And you see how I kind of bring it. See, I got a little too fancy and got a hole in my galette. This is why you should use the parchment to do the placement. I think I'm gonna add one more piece of ham to kind of fill in this spot here, and then I'm gonna throw it in the oven. You could do an egg wash around the sides if you want to be super fancy, but I'm more hungry than fancy, so there you go. Ooh, look at this gorgeous galette. Okay, I'm not vegan. I'm gonna add Parmesan cheese to the top of this, and I'm gonna throw it back in the oven. So I mean, if like you're a vegetarian, maybe this is something you're gonna have for dinner on Tuesday, I don't know. But for those of us who eat meat and I eat some dairy. Parmesan cheese is technically, it's been dried for so long, it's technically not a dairy. At least that's what I tell myself. And it doesn't upset my stomach. So there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna throw it back in the oven for a minute. But how you can tell when this guy is done, see this? And it's not completely firm. Okay, it's close, as my dad would say, close but no cigar. Okay, so I like to see a little bit toasty on the edges, and then I know it's really done. But I wanted to add some Parmesan, and I think that's going to just melt in and be gorgeous. All right, let's cut this bad boy. Oh my gosh, it's juicy. I'm really excited to try this because I don't often crave things, but for a couple days I've been thinking about this and thinking that a savory galette would be so yummy. Now, here we are. Here's a pièce de résistance. Now, we can just leave it as is, or I have some goat cheese in my fridge, and you can add a little dollop of that right on top. I think before I do anything else, I'm gonna take a little picture because this is gorgeous. Look at this, so beautiful. Okay, let's try this out. I just took a little bit of goat cheese because, like, why not? You only live once. Oh my gosh, this is so good. If you're a vegetarian, how are you not eating this every day? The ham was perfect. Goat cheese is amazing. Look at all these gorgeous vegetables. Yes, 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 you need to eat this. I lost an asparagus. Asparagus down. You need to make this. You need this in your life. You didn't know that you needed it, but you do. So stinking good. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna go finish this. Make this. It's amazing. So that was it. That was making a galette. Isn't that simple? It really was not complicated. I mean, the only thing that took a bit of time, actually the thing that took the most amount of time was chopping all of the vegetables. But what I figured is make sure that you cook your vegetables the longest to the quickest, right? The asparagus probably could have been in there for like a minute and it would have been delicious. But carrots, root vegetables, things like that, they're gonna be in the pan sauteing for the longest amount of time, then go up from there, then bell peppers, zucchini, things like that. Comment below, let me know if this is a recipe that you would be into and what kind of vegetables you would be adding, because I'm really interested to hear what you would add to your veggie galette. All right, friends, make sure you like and subscribe and share this with a friend that is hungry too. And I will see you in my next video.